This guy left either one or both of his children in the family SUV in Arizona. Why? To go watch and play video games.
What? Bro, I damn near cut this video off. And today we are watching man plays victim after leaving daughter to die. Anytime I see anything about a bad father, bad parent, it really grinds my gears, bro. It's a helpless child. What's wrong with it? I feel like people like this, not even under the jail. There just need to be a group of waiting on them. Well, we about to do it bad to you, bro. We finna really violate and mutilate y'all ass. You know what I'm saying? That might be a little bit sick and twisted, but hey, I don't go. That being said, let's get straight to it.
That's what's going to be going on for right now, okay?
So I'm being treated like a murderer?
Arizona father accused of leaving his 2-year-old daughter in a hot car for hours before she died. All of this while he allegedly was playing video games.
Like a murderer?
Well, guys, it seems like we're following a bit of a trend. These last couple of videos have been me talking about
video games, my nigga.
People who have openly done terrible things, and then once confronted for doing said things, they act like they've done nothing wrong. And unfortunately, it seems like we are continuing that trend today. Now, what we're talking about today is not exactly new. It happened a couple of months ago, but it's news to me, and I figured it would probably be news to a lot of you guys as well. Plus, topics like these can never really be talked about enough, so here we are. Now, if you watch Critical, Penguin Z0, Charlie, whatever you may know him as, this might look familiar because he made a video on this a day or two ago, which might lead some of you guys to think that I wouldn't be making this video if he hadn't made that upload, and well, yeah, you would be right. Like I said, this is news to me. That's where I heard about this from, but I think this is something that deserves to be talked about more. Earlier this year, a man named Chris Schultz was charged with murder after leaving his 2-year-old daughter in the back of a hot car for over 3 hours. And while at first this reads like it could just be a terrible accident, a horrible tragedy, it very quickly becomes clear that the word accident has absolutely no business being anywhere near this situation. There's some body cam footage we're gonna look at today, but I want to give you guys some context, some stuff they discovered after the fact, because it really makes every single thing this slimy piece of shit says 10 times worse. Chris Schultz did not leave his children in a hot car just once. He didn't do it twice. It wasn't a 3-time thing.
Bruh.
The investigation into the death of this child discovered that on at least 59 different occasions, this guy left either one or both of his children in the family SUV in Arizona. Why? To go watch porn and play video games.
What? Bro, I damn near cut this video off. I'm not gonna lie. Bro, the things that just like gotta happen to people like this. This shit can't just be no easy shit, bro.
While being questioned by the officers, the guy admitted that he knew his car turned off after 20 or 30 minutes of idling, probably because he leaves his kids in the car all the time, and despite that, he still left his 2-year-old daughter in the back of his car in the middle of the Arizona summer, presumably so he could play video games and jerk off while not having any actual responsibilities as a functioning adult. The child was not discovered until 3.5 hours after he left her in the car, and was only discovered once the mother got home and could not find her kid. The investigation also uncovered that Schultz had a child from a previous relationship, a 16-year-old daughter, who said that he has been doing stuff like this for years. And all of that is really just scratching the surface. This guy's been documented drunk driving with his children in the car, being addicted to multiple hard substances and exposing his children to them. Not exactly father of the year.
Bro, how did he get off of this shit though? How is he still roaming free? Like, being able to get to this point? How was it able to get to this
Despite
point?
of all of that, he still tries to play the victim once the police show up to his house after he effectively murders his own daughter. Now, with all of that in mind, this body cam footage is going to be significantly more frustrating to watch than it already was. It truly baffles me that people like this walk the earth. But with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's begin.
Please subscribe.
Oh, yeah, let's get some work.
What's going on? Why are you with me?
Because we were first responders and we were on scene. And anytime they called us, anything like this happens,
It would have been hard. It would have been hard as a police officer if I was the policeman and not come in there and just send this nigga to God, bro. Send this nigga to hell. My apologies.
Schultes then talks about his car. It's parked in the driveway. He said he left Parker in it with the AC on, just as he claimed in that 911 call.
The AC was on. What car was it?
Are you guys all here for me? My MDX.
The one parked
in the driveway.
The black one? Okay.
The blue.
Dark blue.
Are you guys here for me?
We're...
Stupid.
We want to do everything we can to help. That's why you have so many of us.
I feel my worst nightmare.
Okay, so I had some trouble finding like the full unadulterated body cam footage of this incident, so I'm having to kind of splice some together. They're all blurred in certain moments, I guess, to protect certain things, but you'll notice a trend throughout this. The only time this guy starts to cry or show any serious emotion is after some indication has been made that he might get in trouble or he might be getting arrested. This guy's child is dead, and he only breaks down into tears after these guys say, "We're here for you." And that will continue.
What happened today?
We went to go back around, and we
I couldn't be no police officer, bro. I couldn't be one, bro.
We're at Elevate with.
I'd have been like, everybody cut their fucking body cams off right now. We about to violate this.
My friend next door. They got home about 2:45 or so, and then we've just been hanging out at home. She was sleeping in the car, and I had the car on. But it has a sensor where every 30 minutes or so it'll turn off if you haven't moved.
So this could be me looking a bit too far into this, but I feel like him saying this is really indicative of him not seeing anything wrong with what he's done.
Bro.
Like, to admit this to a police officer, you've got to really believe that nothing's gonna happen to you, right? I mean, within like a minute of him sitting down to talk with this cop, he admits that he purposefully left her in the car, that he knew the car was gonna turn off, and that he still chose to leave her in the car knowing that. Like, the investigation's done. You've admitted to the crime. I don't think a person who's committed a crime or thinks they've done anything wrong legally is going to say all this.
I swore she was in the house playing with her sisters like she always does. Just been right now. I haven't been doing anything else really on the house. And
What time?
well, we never do this anywhere, but on the home, right? Like you're home, you're safe, you're like your kids are home.
I'm sorry this is all going on.
What?
We always park that car in the
obviously.
garage usually, but I just got a Peloton recently, and the Peloton is in the garage now, so that's why it's not even in the garage. But
And how long was she sleeping in the car out there?
I want to say it was no more than 30, 45 minutes.
Okay, so two things here. Is this him saying that he usually leaves his kids in the car, but instead of the driveway, the car is parked in the garage? Because that's a whole nother issue. And then two, there's just absolutely no way that 3.5 hours pass and you think it was 30 minutes. Let's say an hour passes and you thought that was 30 or 45 minutes? Sure, whatever. Nobody on the planet is confusing 3.5 hours with 30 minutes passing.
And I don't think their air was off that entire time. I think there was a time in between. I had checked on her last. It was still running. She was still sleeping. And then when I went
You
back
left her
out,
in there?
the car was
You did?
off.
Okay,
So
bet.
as we've
Come on, let's
discussed,
get 'em.
this is complete bullshit. The guy never checked on his daughter, and he was not the one who went out and found her. Like we established earlier, it wasn't until the mother came home that they found her in the car still. Why he feels the need to say any of this after he's admitted to knowing the car is going to turn off and leaving it off and all of that, I don't really understand.
Just to let you know, I don't want to feel like we're intruding, but we're gonna have to stand by with you for a while. All right.
Is there a reason why?
So any death?
Ooh, boy. This is very frustrating to watch. Nigga, you getting in a shower? Fuck your shower. Fuck your dirty ass wrong. Is there a reason why? What you mean, is there a reason why?
We have to treat it like a crime scene.
I know this is extremely difficult for you.
Why is he consoling this nigga? Why is he consoling this nigga, bro? Did they have to do this?
Process that we have to follow through with. I don't want you to be blindsided by anything, but that's what's going to be going on for right now, okay?
So I'm being treated like a murderer?
No.
I just lost my...
Not at all. I know that.
I just find all of this behavior so weird. I mean, it's so back and forth. I mean, look, I understand that even considering the fact that this guy is fully responsible for his daughter's death, he's probably still in some shock learning that she's probably not going to make it. But, like, your wife's at the hospital, your daughter that you left in a hot car is there fighting for her life, the police are trying to get you there, and you need to grab a quick shower? Like, what? I don't know. I feel like that would be the last thing on my mind in this situation. I'd be wanting to get to the hospital as soon as possible. And then again, crying when they say they have to treat this like a crime scene, and then saying, oh, so I'm being treated like a murderer? Yeah, dude. What do you think this is? How else would you categorize purposefully leaving a 2-year-old kid in a car that you know is...
And the wife, bro, if I was the wife, bro, I'd be like, this would be my villain shit. I'll be looking for blood. I'm going to prison about that shit, bro. If I'm the wife. Oh, matter of fact, only reason why I probably wouldn't is because my other kids. But if that was my only kid, I'm going to prison about this shit. I need blood. For real.
Is going to turn off and get dangerously hot. There's only so many ways to spin it.
We'll be all right. So we can't let you do that right now. We have to stand by with you. Okay? As soon as you can, we will let you know.
You can stay in the room if you want, but I'm going to talk.
I know this isn't easy for you, but the quicker we get this done and finished up,
bro, they need to drug test this nigga, bro. They need to drug test this nigga.
You can be with your wife. All right?
I'm trying to rinse off so I can go to the hospital to be with my wife.
We're not going to shower or anything right now. You need to stand by with us.
I don't understand why.
Okay?
It's crazy how this guy is seemingly turning on and off his emotions. He'll be crying hysterically one moment, and then the next moment he's just like, why can't I take a shower? What's wrong with you guys? Just completely straight-faced at the drop of a hat. Looks and sounds like a guy who's annoyed that his order's taken too long at a coffee shop or something. It's like he's only capable of keeping up this act for so long, and then his body just immediately reverts back. Now that's really all the relevant body cam footage from that day. They go back and forth a bit more about getting to the hospital, and it really seems like Chris is not aware of what's coming. Like, sure, he's been told that it's being treated as a criminal investigation, he's being watched, they have to kind of stand by him. I think he understands that much, but I feel like he thinks that maybe that's just standard procedure, it's stuff they just have to do. Because at no point does it seem like he's ever thinking, oh shit, I might go to prison for this. The entire time he seems more annoyed and like inconvenienced than he does worried about going to prison and worried about the fact that he may have killed his daughter. Now after this, he was eventually arrested and charged. His charges at the moment are second-degree murder and child abuse, and he pled not guilty, which seems like a pretty bold move to me. I know most people are not going to plead guilty to murder, but I mean, I don't really know what he's expecting here. The man basically admitted to everything on camera unprompted. This is not going to end well for him, and I'm glad it won't. This is an absolute tragedy, and this should be a reminder to everybody that if you cannot handle the responsibility of having a child and you are not willing to do everything in your power to do it right and keep them safe, you should not even be entertaining the thought of bringing a kid into this world. Why something was not done sooner when this guy has a pretty extensive history of doing stuff like this is honestly a tragedy of its own. The fact that situations like these always have to come to a head like this for anything to ever be done, it's not exactly inspiring. Well guys, what do you think? What do you...
I think it's fucking horrible. I hated this video. Bro, I'm not watching no more videos like this. Don't even tell me to. But y'all, appreciate y'all, grateful for y'all. Like the video, sub up, comment up, hit the notification button, binge the rest of the videos on the channel. I'm gone. They did it, let do it.